Hello again. Hope everyone's well. I'm going to offer a very gentle kind of a stretch and rolling myofascial release class here. My intention with this particular class is to help folks prepare and unwind from their daily and weekly doses of activity. I know that a lot of folks I know are preparing for Rebecca's Giddy Up Challenge. And so there's a lot of climbing involved with that. Good luck to everyone participating. Have fun. And so the intention with this particular class is to help those folks that are really amping up or have been amping up their activities, whether it's running, cycling, hiking, all of the above. We like to play around here, so this is for everyone. And I would also like to make mention that I will be starting to teach in person at Zenergy the first week in June. So I look forward to seeing you in person. I'll be teaching for Zenergy on Wednesdays and Fridays, 8 to 9 a.m. And that will be a vinyasa flow, and I'm going to gauge the level and the pace of the flow on those who are attending. So I think it's important for all of us to remain flexible in all ways as we move forward and out of our cocoons and into the world again. And yes, yoga is always a great thing to do to help mind, body, and spirit. So come join me on your mats and let's do some gentle yoga and some myofascial release. It'll be good for you to have a foam roller, a tennis ball, and a block. Okay, let's do this. Starting on our backs. All right, lay those legs out long. Rest your arms down to your sides. Close your eyes. Breathe in through your nose. And this first exhale through your mouth. Decompression is in session. Okay, just continue to deepen the breath naturally, not forcing. This is also a great practice, is adopting an attitude in your day-to-day, whether it's on your mat or moving through the world, doing what you do, but remaining open and allowing more than we force or try to control. So embracing that not much is within our control in the grand scheme, and learning to adopt a more spacious and flexible state of being with an intention of allowing and not forcing. And that's all I'm going to say about that. So just continue breathing in, expanding the belly, and exhaling, whether through your mouth or through your nostrils, you decide. Whatever feels like it serves you in this moment, in this time, in this place. Regardless, you're tuning more deeply into your breath. And the breath, of course, allowing us to become more present while also calming our nervous system. Breathe in, breathe out, keep it simple. If and when that mind begins to wander, take a deeper breath. Bring it back to the present. So let's take 3 more deep breaths here. Remaining still, remaining present. more full inhale and one more full exhale. And keep maintaining that slow, steady breath, but begin to draw the right knee into your chest. Give it a gentle squeeze. Explore taking the knee over to the right. And now circling that right knee slowly one time in each direction. And then lengthen the right leg up, release your arms down to your sides. Take another full inhale and reaching through that heel so the foot is flexed as you exhale, lowering the right leg all the way down. Inhale, take the left knee to your chest, interlace the fingers below the knee, knee to the chest, and then a little more left and towards the shoulder. And then from there, just slowly and mindfully begin to circle the left knee one time in each direction. And after you've done that, kick the left leg up, flex the foot, release your arms down to your sides. Take a full inhale, flexion of your left foot, so reaching through your heel. And then exhaling, lowering that left leg all the way back down. Now draw in both knees with your inhale. Wrap your arms around yourself. Rock gently and slowly to the left and to the right. Explore your low back and massage your low back. And bring it back to your breath. Take another full inhale and full exhale. And then bring the knees closer together. Cross the right knee over the left knee. Take your hands, now reach where you comfortably can. It could be just below your knees, or maybe your shins, or your ankles, or the outer edges of your feet. Be sure that your head stays down on your mat. Your shoulders rest down on the mat. Now, just slightly, the legs moving in a little bit closer to your chest. You'll notice the right hip, the IT band, maybe all the way down to that outer right knee. Slow, steady breaths again, just honoring some time here, softening, breathing, unwinding, embracing, and allowing for more space, more length, and an overall softening and unwinding. One more full inhale. And now exhale, open up, then switch up the legs. Left leg now over the right. Take your hands again, reach where you comfortably can. Knees, shins, ankles, or feet. And then keep those shoulders down. Draw those legs a little closer to your chest. Breathe. Pause. Notice. Soften and unwind. Stay present. Stick with it. One more full inhale. And let's exhale. Let's explore just for a moment. Happy baby. Be sure to bend your knees a lot. And then take your elbows inside your knees. Your hands again reach for the outer edges of your feet. Keep your head and your shoulders down. Bend your knees as much as you need to. There should be a deep bend in your knees, you guys. And you can rock again left and right if you choose. Okay, and then you might also be willing to explore extending one leg mindfully while drawing the opposite heel in. If you're tight in your hamstrings or your hips, you might not go very far here. Just honor your limits always, always, always. Couple more breaths, moving any way you choose mindfully. One more deep breath in. One more full breath out, then bring it back, happy baby. And then take the knees back into your chest. Slowly rock and roll up and down your spine 3 times. And the 3rd time, bring yourself to a comfortable seat. So you might like your block here, or whatever it is that's serving as your block. Place it under your butt and scoot yourself towards the front edge of the block so your knees drop. Okay, now make sure your sits bones can root down. Lift your shoulders up now and exhale, roll them down and back. Now drop your chin to your chest. And with your inhale, draw the chin over towards your right shoulder. Pause. We're going to go into the neck here a little more deeply. So I want you to drop your ear towards your shoulder, your chin lifting towards the ceiling. And now you should notice the left side of your neck. Just pause again. In each of these poses, we are going to give it a few 3 to 5 deep breaths in each to allow the musculature we're targeting to unwind. It takes time. One more inhale. Now be sure here as you exhale, you drop the chin down towards your shoulder first and then to the center of your chest. Now inhale, other side. Chin comes towards the left shoulder, pause. Then drop that left ear, lift that chin, pause. And notice now the right side of your neck. Breathe. Notice. No need to critique. Just know you're building awareness. Oftentimes one side is tighter than the other. It is what it is. Let it be. Just know for yourself how you move and carry yourself through the world. It's educational. It's awareness. One more inhale. Exhale, chin back down to the shoulder first and then to the chest. Now let's lift the head and we're going to switch the feet. So the other foot in front. Okay. Make sure your sits bones are equally rooting down. And let's take the arms up. Look towards those thumbs and exhale. Let's rest the palms down in front of the heart, dropping the chin back down. 2 more times. Take the arms out and up with your inhale. Look towards your thumbs. Exhale. Rest your palms down. Drop your chin. 1 more time. Arms up. Look towards your thumbs. Exhale. Hands to heart. Chin to chest. Pause. Move your shoulders back. Okay, 1 more inhale and exhale here. Okay, lift that chin, open those eyes if they were closed. Come to your hands and to your knees. Bring a block towards the top edge of your mat, just in case. And we're coming to a neutral tabletop. Take your hands under your shoulders, your knees under your hips. Spread your fingertips wide. And I want you to close your eyes. We're going to move through cat and cow here 5 times. So belly down, chin up, eyes closed with your inhale. Moving into cow. And now exhale, rounding your spine into cat. 4 more times. Belly down and chin up. Keep your eyes closed. Breathing in here into cow and exhaling, rounding that spine into cat. So do that 3 more times. Honor your pace. It should be slow and steady. I want you to move your awareness here into your spine, allowing it to unwind. So these 2 poses are great to encourage a healthy spine. Couple more times. Let's take 1 more inhale, 1 more cow. 1 more exhale into cat. And now back to neutral. Opening your eyes. Lengthen your right leg long. Curl the toes under. And shift your weight back. You're going to feel this in the right lower leg. Mine is especially tight, so I'm guessing yours are too. Give it time. Breathe into any tension you experience. Just visualize and direct your breath to the areas that you're feeling tight as we move through this practice. 1 more full inhale. And now exhale. Drop the right knee back down to the mat. Switch to the left side. Take the left leg long. Curl those toes under. And when you're ready, shift your weight back. Relax your gaze, relax your jaw, relax your neck. Focus your awareness, softening the left lower leg. Couple more breaths. 1 more inhale, and with this next exhale, drop that left knee down. Separate your knees wide, bring your big toes to touch. And then sit your hips back towards your heels, lengthen your arms out long. But tent your hands.
So the fingertips touch down, the palms are lifted. Rest your forehead down. Hips towards heels. Pause, and now focus, softening into your low back. Really expanding, breathing into the low back as well as the lower belly. Arms long, breath long. Softening. One more full inhale, one more full exhale. And then I want you to come back up to your hands and to your knees. Bring your knees back under your hips. Curl your toes under. And then lift slowly, mindfully up to your down dog. So I want you now to start here by pedaling your feet. So bend one knee at a time. And maybe shift your gaze under the right arm and then maybe under the left arm. Spread those fingertips wide. Slow, steady breaths. Couple more breaths here. One more inhale. Now exhale, drop both heels. Breathe in, breathe out. And now with this next inhale, I want you to walk your way slowly to the top of your mats. Separate your feet so they're hips distance. Bend your knees. Let your head hang. Grab opposite elbows. Shift to the left. Shift to the right. And then come to center. Release your arms. Equal weight in your feet with your head still heavy and a bend in the knees. Slowly inhaling and rounding yourselves up one vertebra at a time. Bring the arms up. Bring the gaze up. And then exhale. Rest your palms down. Breathe in. Breathe out. And now float your right leg back. And turn to the right, and I want your toes angled out and your heels angled in. Now bend your knees, and we want the knees at 90 over the ankles. And your hands pressing the legs gently back into external rotation. So the legs move back and the chest moves forward. Now just slightly wiggle your hips left and right. Breathe. Find your way to center. Lean forward, but keep the legs mindfully moving back. Wiggle your toes so you're not gripping your mat. And now exhale. I want you to let your head drop to the left. And now inhale, lift up. And exhale now to the right. One more time to each side. Lift with your inhale. Exhale and lower. Inhale and lift. Exhale and lower. Now I want you to slowly lift up, lengthen your legs, bring the arms up and bring your gaze up. And now exhale, rest your palms down. Take a full inhale, and then I want you to exhale. And your left toes should be pointing straight ahead. Now I want you to lift your back heel. I want you to square off your hips and your shoulders. And then I want you to bend your left knee and mindfully come down to your right knee. So you're coming to a low lunge. Now take your hands behind that left knee and move that left knee forward. Keep your shoulders down and back. Pause here. Adjust your front foot, your knee over your ankle. Not gripping the mat with your foot, but rooting down instead. Okay, now we're going to take this a step further. You ready? Okay, this is where you might like a block. I want you to take a block inside of that left foot. And now I want you to wiggle that left foot over towards the edge of your mat. Okay, you might walk your right knee back, depending. I want you to feel this in your inner thighs, your adductors. And I want you to come to lizard pose by resting your forearms down inside that left foot. Let your head hang. Keep the left knee hugging the shoulder. Now keep your breath slow and steady. Bring it back to your breath. With this next exhale, I want you to let the left knee drop away from the shoulder and roll to the outer edge of your left foot. That's external rotation. Now bring the knee back in towards the shoulder, towards the inner edge of your foot, and that is internal rotation. So take 2 more deep breaths. Use your exhale to let the knee drop away in external rotation. And now take the knee back in towards the shoulder to internally rotate. One more time. Exhaling, knee away from shoulder. Inhale, take the knee back in towards the shoulder and bring your hands back to your mat. Okay. Curl your right toes under, lift your right leg. Float your right foot up to the other side of your mat. Bend your knees a lot. Head is down. Rooting down through those feet. Now rise up. One vertebra at a time. Bring the arms up and the gaze up. And now exhale. Rest your palms down. Take a full inhale. I'm going to switch to the other side of my mat. And now I want you to exhale and float your left leg back. So you should be turning to the left. Angle your toes out and your heels in. Bend your knees. Rest your hands again to externally rotate the legs. Okay, wiggle your toes. Make sure you're not gripping, and then slightly shift your hips left and right. Breathe in, breathe out. Chest forward, legs back. Now with your next exhale, let's start by lowering our head towards the left heel. Lift back up. Exhale, lower to the right. One more time each side. Lift with your inhale. And exhale, lower. Lift one more time here. And exhale, lower. Now lift. Lengthen out those legs. Bring the arms up in line with your ears up towards your thumbs. And exhale. Rest your palms down. Breathe in. Now we're going to exhale and turn. Right toes point straight ahead and at the top of your mat. Lift your back heel. Bend your right knee and mindfully make your way down into a low lunge. So drop that left knee down and adjust. Maybe scoot the right foot forward. Maybe scoot the left knee back. Maybe use a blanket under your knee if you have tender knees. Hands rest behind the right knee. Move that knee forward. Keep the shoulders down and back. Feel this along your inner thighs. Give them a few more deep breaths to soften and lengthen. Remember to allow and not force. We become less rigid the more we practice our yoga. Okay, one more deep breath in and full exhale. This is where you're going to want your block again as we make our way into lizard pose. Bring the block inside that left foot, or right foot, I'm sorry. Wiggle the right foot towards the edge of the mat. And then begin when you're ready to rest your forearms down inside the right foot. Let your head hang. Keep the right knee hugging the shoulder, internally rotating that right inner thigh. And now exhale, let the knee drop away from the shoulder in external rotation. Couple more breaths, using the breath. The inhale takes the knee in, and the exhale lets the knee drop away. One more time. Take that knee in, internally rotating. Let the knee drop away and externally rotate. Bring that knee back in. Bring your hands back to the mat. Set your block off to the side. Hands come down, knee towards shoulder. Lift your left leg. And now float the left foot up to the other side of your mat. Forward fold, bend your knees, your head is heavy. Full inhale and exhale here. And then inhale, round yourself slowly back up. Bring the arms up, bring the gaze up. And exhale, rest your palms down. Step your big toes together. Big toes touch, standing at the top of your mats. Take your arms up, look towards your thumbs. And exhale, forward folds. With your inhale, look forward. Lengthen your spine, chest forward, shoulders back. And now with your exhale, land your hands. And I want you to float your left leg back. So, hamstrings. Right foot is forward, left foot is back, and the left heel stays lifted. Okay, block, maybe two if you have them. Okay, bend your knee as much as you need to in pyramid pose. Your hips are squared off. Your right hip point pulls back. Your left hip point pulls forward. Now we're using the breath. Okay? Whether you have blocks or not, be very mindful to keep a bend in the knee. With our inhale, we're bending the knee and looking forward, the shoulders back. And with the exhale, straighten and extend your right leg. That doesn't mean all the way. Notice how much bend I have in my knee because I'm tight in my hamstrings. Okay, inhale again, bend the knee, look forward. Exhale, extend. So if you're using blocks, obviously your hands are on blocks. One more time, bend the knee and look forward. Now exhale, extend and pause. Your hips are square again. Right hip point pulling gently back, left hip point forward, shoulders off of the ears, gaze is down. One more full inhale and exhale. Okay, now we're gonna come back down to a low lunge. Drop that left knee down. Set any props off to the side. Now I want you to wiggle your right foot towards the edge of your mat again. And I want you to land your left hand down, maybe use a block there. And I want you to take your right hand and press that right leg away from you and bring your gaze over your right shoulder. Now this is not available to everyone and I'm not encouraging you to force it. If you want to get into your quad and your body allows, you can hug this left heel in towards your butt and reach back with the right hand. If you get that classic hamstring cramp, release your back foot. Okay, so either you're staying and focusing more so on external rotation of this right leg again, or you're reaching back for the left foot, getting into the quad mindfully. Chest up, chin up. One more inhale, one more exhale. And then release. Block off to the side. Hands come down, curl the left toes under, and float the left foot up. Big toes touch. Gentle bend in the knees. Round yourself slowly back up. Arms up, gaze up. Exhale, rest your palms down. Arms up, gaze up with your inhale. Exhale, forward folds. Inhale, lengthen your spine, chest forward, shoulders back. Exhale, land your hands, float your right leg back. Come down to your right knee. Okay. We did the hamstring first, didn't we? So, lift your right leg. Whether you're using blocks or not, if you're using blocks, line them up roughly in line with your knee. Pyramid pose is what we're setting up for. Okay, left toes should point straight ahead. The left hip point pulls back, the right hip point forward. Okay, now we're using the breath. Bending the knee with our inhale. Exhale, extending the front leg, lowering the gaze but lifting the shoulders. 2 more times. Bend the knee, inhale, look forward. Exhale, extend your front leg. Lower the gaze but lift your shoulders. 1 more time. Bend the knee, look forward. Exhale, extend that front leg. Now pause and take a couple deep breaths here in pyramid pose. Maintain a bend in your knee if you're especially tight, or even if you're not especially tight, but tight enough in your hamstring. Okay, bend that knee, blocks off to the side. Come down now to the right knee. Uncurl the toes. Wiggle this left foot over towards the edge of the mat. Take your right hand down, maybe to a block. And rest your left hand inside the left knee. We're pressing that left leg again into external rotation, gazing over the left shoulder. And here's where you might or might not reach for the back foot. Start by hugging the right heel in, and then it's your left hand reaching back. Now, if that hamstring is cramping, release the leg back down, and then focus more so on the external rotation of the left leg. Otherwise, have hold of that foot. Keep the chin up, the chest up. Full inhale. Full exhale, allowing for softening and lengthening. Next exhale, mindfully release that back foot if you had hold of it. Bring this left foot back towards center, block off to the side. Your hands are down, curl the right toes under, lift your right leg, and use an inhale to float the right foot up to meet the left. Separate your feet as much as you like. Bend your knees as much as you like. Your head heavy. Now slowly round it back up, one vertebra at a time. Arms up and gaze up. And exhale, rest your palms down. Here's one vinyasa if you want it. If not, take your arms overhead, exhale, forward folds. Vinyasa from here if you want, otherwise step it straight back to down dog. It will be your only vinyasa if you're taking it. Next exhale brings you back. Downward facing dog. Pause for one more inhale, one more exhale. And then bring yourself back to your hands and to your knees. Take your knees this time together. You're resting on the tops of the feet so the big toes are together. Your arms this time rest down to your sides. Child's pose. Pause. 3 deep breaths. Good, and then after that third exhale, lift yourself back up. Okay. Roll to the outer right hip and bring that left leg around at an angle. So the right foot in, the left leg extended at an angle 45 degrees approximately, and the foot is flexed. Now lean towards the left foot, lower the arm. Palm is up, chest lifting, gaze lifting. Keep reaching actively out through that left heel. And when you're ready, take that right arm over your ear. Rotate the wrist a few times in each direction. And after you've done that, pause. Tune into the right side body from the fingertips to the hip. Soften into, now more specifically, the right lower back. Breathe into that area. One more inhale and exhale. And then lift up. Let's switch up the legs. Right leg at an angle, about 45 degrees. Keep the foot flexed. Lean towards that foot with that right palm facing up. Lift your chin and your chest. And then lengthen the left arm over your ear. Rotate the wrist 2 times in each direction. And then tune into the side body, fingertips to left hip. And now more specifically into the left lower back. One more full inhale and exhale. And then lift up. Okay. This is where we're going to get into the rolling myofascial release portion of this class. But before we do, let's just take Baddha Konasana, one last pose. Soles of the feet come together. Use your hands behind you to scoot your hips closer to your heels, and then reach your hands again for the outer edges of your feet. Draw the elbows in. Take your gaze once to the left and to the right, over to each side. And then gaze is centered straight ahead of you but down on the floor. Keep your neck long. Keep your breath long. And mindfully begin to move your upper body forward until you meet that edge. Now, if your elbows reach here, you could take your elbows and gently massage along the inner thighs, the adductors, in other words, along the inner seam of your pants, essentially. Spine stays long, breath is long, gaze is soft. Take one more deep breath in and full exhale. And then lift up and out. So guide your knees now together. And I want you to have a block, a tennis ball, and your foam roller. Here we go into the rolling portion of class. Come onto your back. Keep the bend in your knees. Rest your head. And I want you to have the ball in your right hand, okay? So your feet should be hips distance and parallel. Now, we're just going to do one spot at the upper body and the upper medial border of your right scapula. Scapula is that wing bone, okay? Be mindful and aware of your spine. I don't want the ball touching your spine. I want you to take your left hand and creep over the right shoulder, and I want you to find that rounded corner of your scapula. And most of us are quite tight there. That's the target area for the tennis ball. So lean to the left, get the ball at the medial border of the scapula or the tissue coming off of it. You're always aiming for tissue or muscle. We're avoiding bone and most definitely avoiding the spine. Okay, so rest your arms out to your sides, root through your feet, and then as you're ready, lift your hips. Now that's going to apply more downward pressure, and then maintaining a steady breath. I just want you to barely move your body. Micro movements, slightly up and down. Just explore here. As long as that ball is on tissue and not bone and not your spine, and you're able to take a smooth and even breath, you're okay. And I don't want you to have any sharp pains. That's to be avoided as well. But just explore taking the ball and kind of bringing it around the medial border of your right scapula. Okay, couple more breaths. We don't stay in one spot for too long. It's usually indicated 5 breaths roughly. So let's take one more deep breath in and full exhale. Lower your hips back down. We're going to do the same exact thing on the left side now. So take the ball out from under you. Now lean over to the right to get the ball in place. Same spot, medial border now of the left scapula. Get your body weight down, keep the bend in your knees, and then when you're ready, you lift your hips